Alright everyone, Cody there, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, gonna do a video now on your first 24 hours in prison. Right, so I've done a previous video where what happens when you get from court, you've been remanded or you've been sent down. I've done advice preparing for prison, stuff like that, things you should take to prison with you. Right, so now we're going to talk about, so you've landed at the prison, right? You're in the prison van, you're waiting to come off, right, to be processed, yeah? Process means like where you get your fingerprint done, you fucking take picture of you get they generate a prison ID card. If it's your first time inside, you get a prison number. You'll see the nurse, you get weighed, you get like measured how tall you are. Depending on what time you land at the prison, you get some food as well. Then you go put your stuff into your prop. Prop is like, if you've got 20 t-shirts, you might only be allowed to have 10, so you pick your 10 you want to keep. The other 10 will go into the prop, which is like a box in the back of the, like where the screws are in reception. Right. Then you'll be put into an holding room. I'm just skipping forward for this because, like I said, I've done it in a previous video. Don't need to go over old ground. You'll be put in an holding cell, right, which is normally in Forest Bank where I was. You've got a big square room. You've got like a metal chair that goes like a bench that goes all the way around. You've got a TV on the wall that's never got fucking volume on it, and it's always on the news channel, right? How depressing, right? From there, right, someone from the induction wing will come down and they'll take you back to the wing, right? So your first wing, right? So like I say, induction's the same for everyone. When you land at a prison, you go onto the induction wing. It's the first wing you touch base with when you land at the prison. It's like an introduction to the prison, as it will, obviously, hence why it's called induction wing. Right, so you're taken to your wing, right? It could be, the lads could have just had a tea and they're getting ready for bang up, or it could just be after dinner and everyone's locked up, right? You're taken onto the wing, right? There could be 2 or 3 of you, there could be 4 of you, there could be 5 of you, it could be 1 of you. Depends, doesn't it, how many people are being processed. There's normally more than 1 though, normally a couple of you, right? So then what you do, you stand out, so they're taking you onto the wing, yeah? You'll have all your stuff, right, in a see-through bag, yeah, with you, right? And then the screws will work out, right? Are you a smoker or are you non-smoker, right? And then you'll go to a pad. There's a video I've done how to get a single cell if you're on a single cell. I've done that in one of my videos, right? If you follow that advice, you'll end up in your own cell. If not, you'll end up in a double, right? Simple as that, right? So you put into a cell, you walk in, you'll see a bag on the bed. That's your bedding pack, right? The cleaners have put that in there, right? And then what the screw will ask you: have you ever been in this prison before? Self-harm? Are you thinking of self-harm? What's your mental state like? Fucking, are you of safe mind and all that sort of stuff, right? And just like they'll whip through it with you. It's pretty. They just throw you in, right? And then, like I say, that's normally your first night, right? So then you won't get much sleep your first night, right? The first thing you ask you when you put into this cell is, where I'm not going in that cell without a TV. I refuse to bang up without a TV, because everyone should have a TV, but there's never enough TVs on the induction wing for everyone. So I definitely make an issue of that. So then you put into the cell, right? You've got no curtains, no nothing, yeah. You have to buy them off the cleaners, the curtains and stuff, right? But you're placed into the cell, right? Your head's going to be all over, right? For some of you, right, that have never been in prison, like these videos are aimed at people that have never been in prison, you're going to be scared, right? It's your first night in prison, you're away from your family, you're away from your loved ones, you're away from your kids, right? You don't know what's going on, you don't know who's in the prison, you don't know how many, you don't know anything, right? You're just locked up in this cell and the door slammed behind you, right? You've got a bedding pack. So normally, right, what you'd do, you'd pull your bedding pack out, right? In there, you've got a bed sheet, a quilt cover, a thin quilt, which, I mean thin, it's fucking probably like that, right? 2 pillows. If you look here, there'll be decent pillows. If not, you'll get the ones that have been through the wash, and it's like there's bits of pillow here and there's not there, and so on and so forth, right? So you put your sheet on your bed. You put your quilt in your quilt cover, you put your pillowcases in your pillows, right? So on and so forth, right? And then what you'll do is, within that as well, you've got a cup, right? Which has got your fucking knife, fork and spoon, all the plastic construction. Probably get some prison shower gels, which are just little sachets, right? Trying to think what else. A bar of soap, right? I've done another video in previous on my timeline somewhere about showering in prison and stuff, the myth and shit like that. You'll have to check it out. So yeah, you get a bar of soap, a toothbrush, a prison toothbrush, which is shit. Prison toothpaste, normally called Sejum, right? It's not the bait shit, to be honest, right? It's fucking shit. It's horrible. I'm trying to think what else you get within the fucking thing. Oh, a plastic cup, right? And then some prisons, like, they give you trays that you eat off, right? Forest Bank in Salford, where I was, they give you the plastic tray. In strange ways, I got a plastic plate, right? And every time you go down, you take your fucking plastic plate to the serving hatch and so on and so forth, right? So your first night, yeah, in prison, guys, yeah, you ain't getting no sleep, yeah, man, your head's gonna be fucked, right? Your head's gonna go a million miles an hour. You'll be down, you'll be depressed, you'll be panicking. Like I say, everything's like, your thoughts are going at a million miles an hour. I get that, right? I've been there, I've done it, right? You either handle jail or you can't handle jail, right? But it's your first time inside, yeah. It's only usual and to be expected that you're going to be shitting yourself, right? Not scared of in like every day, like of what's going to happen, just scared because you don't know the routine, you don't know the regimes, you don't know how prison works. You've heard all these other stories, you might watch films where people have been in prison and bad things have happened, so on and so forth, right? And it goes on, right? But like I say, if you're a decent person and you keep yourself to yourself and you've got, like, you're not a dickhead, right? You don't steal and borrow from other people, yeah? You'll be sweet, right? So the next day, right, you'll be behind your door, they might open you up for breakfast, right? One of the cleaners, yeah, normally a mentor, will come to you, right? An induction mentor will come to you while you're behind your door and they'll say to you, right, have you ever been in this prison before? Blah, blah, blah. They slide some documents under your door, you fill them in, you sign them, right? They're giving you back, right? Later on that morning, right, your door will be unlocked by a screw and they'll say, right, go up onto the twos or whatever landing the induction room's on, and you and anyone else that came in with you that's new to the prison from the following day will go to do an induction, right? You go into the induction room, you sit down. Sometimes it's a screw that does the induction officer, or sometimes it's a prisoner that's a mentor, and they do the induction, right? And the induction explains to you how the prison works, how to get money sent in, the address of the prison, of course, cell fires, about not borrowing stuff, because like we have a thing called double bubble in prison, which means if you borrow, you've got to give double back. And some people borrow knowing they can't pay it back, and then they're up on OP, which is own protection, so on and so forth. My other videos clear that all up anyway. So yeah, you go through this induction and stuff, right? And like I say, the induction touches base with everything. What clothes you're allowed in. They'll explain to you, like, every prison is different in this regard, but you only, at Forest Bank, right, like I say, every prison is different. You only get 28 days to have your clothes brought in. If you go to prison, if you've been taken off the street and you've been remanded, right, you don't get a chance to pack a bag, right, because you got arrested on the street and the police have denied you bail and you've gone to court and the CPS have appealed or the judge has just remanded you, right, you're not going to have any clothes, are you? Right? You'll be in this sort of clobber. Prison stuff, right? Prison tees, right? So what happens then, right, is they tell you in the induction, right? So they tell you you've got one time in 28 days for your family or your loved ones to drop off your clothes at the prison. It's normally done, right, the day you've got a visit. So if you've got a visit with your ma or your family, right, you tell them what day to bring your clothes, right? So if you've got a visit on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock, tell them to bring your clothes at Tuesday at 1 o'clock and then just wait around, yeah. And like I say, there's a list of what you can have, what you can't have and stuff like that. It's all in, when you get into your cell, you'll have an induction booklet, right? And you can go through that and people read it frontwards and backwards and fucking 10 times over, right? It's something to clear, it's something to keep your mind focused while you're stressing out while you're in your cell. After that, then you'll come out of your cell, you go back behind your door. You should have a TV, but like I say, you've got to beg for TVs. Just refuse to bang up till you get a TV, right? Then you'll give you one, right? You've got a TV, then like you could write a letter to your loved one or something. Then what'll happen? Your door will open and it'll be like it'll be your dinner, right? So you go take your plate, or you take your knife, fork and spoon, you go down to the serving hatch where everyone else is stood, right? And then there'll be a mentor there or a cleaner, and they'll say that what cell you're in, right? And if you haven't put your menu in, which you probably haven't, you'll be on the default, which is the vegetarian option, right? You always put your menus in. That's on the kiosk, guys, yeah. But again, in previous videos, speak about that, right? So you get your dinner, you sit, then you get you might get a piece of a fruit, like an apple, or some like 2 slices of bread, a bit of butter, and an apple, right? Go sit down, you'd have your scran, and you get about 40 minutes for your dinner, right? And then they'll say, right, bam, everyone behind your doors, right? So at that point, yeah, you go back to your pad, you lock behind your door again, and then the next time you'll be out is your tea time, right? So again, you come out your cell, you go to get your tea, and you have your tea, you sit down, and then you only get social straight after. For those that don't know, association is like when you're allowed out to go in and go, like you get about the wing, play pool, play table tennis, all that sort of stuff. The other prisoners will be talking to you at this time, right? There's 2 prisoners that will talk to you, 2 types, right? You've got the ones that are just safe and will chat to you, where are you from, what are you in for? And then you've got the other lads that try to befriend you because they want to smoke all you burn, right? For those that don't know, you burn is your smoking, right? That's another thing as well, right? When you land at the prison, if you're a smoker, you'll get a smoking pack, right? Which is, it comes off you. If you come in with money, right, they give you a fiver and then they take it back off you, and you'll get smoke, and then you get a smoking pack, right? So some strike, which is like what they call matches, right, and some burn, right, and Rizzler, right. Everyone will tap you up for it because everyone will probably no one's probably got none, right. And then you get about 82p on your phone, right, which is your PIN number. You'll also get your PIN number this day as well. And you get an induction canteen if you put in for an induction canteen. Example, I went in, I was a non-smoker, I got £5 credit, and I got fucking a £10 induction canteen, which was a shower gel, soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, and some coffee and some milk, something like that. You get about a tenner. If you go in with no money, you don't get an induction canteen. So that's why I always advise people, if you've got money with you when you go to court, if you go into court and you know you could be sent down, always take money with you, guys. And then, like I say, you'll get your induction canteen, you'll get your PIN number, which is for your phone, which is only relevant to you. Yeah, and then, like I say, you get a non-smoking, right? Right, there's 2 sorts of non-smoking packs, right? In Forest Bank, I got phone credit, right? In Strange Ways, right, I got a non-smoking pack, which a cheap bottle of orange juice, a fucking Mars bar, a lollipop, something else, right? It's just fucking like food bits, yeah. But it was shit, right? But like I say, I could have got a smoking pack, right, and used that as currency to get me shower gels and everything. I probably would have got more. But like I say, that was like Strange Ways was my first ever time in jail, and then we went on from there. And then, like I say, you're out on a social stuff and people chat to you. Like I said, some people chat to you because they're genuinely like trying to make friends with you, right? And some people will talk to you and then like they'll just tap you for burn, and then they'll keep coming back for burn, coming back for burn, coming back for burn. If you can't say no in prison, you're going to get rinsed. It's as simple as that, guys. And then, like I say, then that's your and then at the end of association, you go and get a shower. Then you go behind your door, you're locked up, bam, you're on to the next day, and so on, and just the routine just stays the same. You get more association on weekend, but again, every prison's different. Strange Ways, we got less association on a weekend. But in Forest Bank, when I was in Forest Bank, I got more association on a weekend, like 5-6 hours worth of association on a weekend. So like I say, guys, every prison's different and stuff. Every prison has an induction wing, every prison does an induction. And like I say, the cleaners, right, if you need any advice or anything, go onto the cleaner's side, right? The cleaner's landing, yeah, is normally on the 2s, on the opposite side, and that's where all the cleaners live, right? That's all their pads. They're just inmates like you and me. Like I said, I was a cleaner on my last stretch, and cleaners can give you advice and help and stuff if you need any help and advice using things like the kiosk or things like that. So yeah, Right, guys, anyway, I'm going to leave it here. This is just a short, sweet fucking thing. If I've missed anything, I apologise as always, but I think I've pretty much nailed the induction side of things, the first 24 hours inside. Right, guys, oh, that's another thing as well, before I go. Your phone numbers as well. You get your phone numbers in on your app, on your PIN. You get them in, so make sure you got your numbers written down. Yeah, anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks a lot. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll speak to you all soon.